Hey there, fellow crypto and metaverse enthusiasts. Welcome to the electrifying Renovi show. And today is no ordinary day, folks. It's time for our weekly AMA. Get ready to dive into the juicy details of our amazing community's preferences and choices in the metaverse. So buckle up because we're about to embark on an exciting journey of exploration and discovery. It's time to unleash our inner alphas and rock this AMA like never before. So let's get this party started. I am Jay, your host for today. And get ready to dive with me straight to the digital world now from the very depths of the multiverse and beyond. Joining me is our super cool favorite guy, Adonis.
What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing?
All right. Yeah, Adonis, awesome to have you here with us today. But first, tell us a bit about yourself so we can get this party started.
Absolutely. For anyone who doesn't know me, as usual, you're gonna hear the poem that I always say. My name is Adonis. I'm one of the co-founders of Renovi and Renovi Studios. My background is in economics and finance. I finished university with a thesis on the efficiency of blockchain markets, and then after that, I co-founded Renovi. And Renovi obviously is a platform where you're able to rent and create um, buildings and designs for the metaverse. And you can also select from land to rent for the metaverse and so on, as everybody knows that joins us every single week.
Thank you, Adonis. Now, last week, guys, we missed our usual AMA because Adonis was living up at NYC NFT 2023, right? But no worries, we're back on track now. Adonis, spill the beans. How was the experience, man?
Okay, man, where do I start? Where do I start? First of all, it was my first time in New York. It was my first time in the States, so that was an amazing experience personally. Um, but going to NFT NYC was obviously a dream coming true. I took plenty of pictures. I'm not gonna lie, of everybody who was there, and obviously it was it was an amazing conference when it comes to anything that has to do with NFTs and the metaverse. So it was an amazing conference because first of all, a lot of people have gathered in one space and wanted to actually discuss about the metaverse and NFTs. A lot of people wanted to showcase what they're building in the space with regards to metaverse and NFTs. And then, of course, there were some really, really interesting conversations and speeches with regards to what's happening in the space, where we're going, what is everybody doing within the space, and where they see, the future of this space. So a really interesting event and some of the most amazing after parties as well. I'm not gonna lie. That's what the Web3 world is famous for these amazing parties of the creators and so on.
Wow, awesome.
Woo!
Man, I really want to attend crypto events and gatherings like that. Yeah, Adonis, on a side note, we had a very exciting announcement last week about Metaverse
Mm-hmm.
and Gundam. You know, from the anime. I myself am a very huge fan of Gundam Wing, and what better time to be
Mm-hmm.
alive than now? Since beta testing on the Metaverse is on the horizon. What do you think about Adonis? Are you a fan of anime or cartoons in general?
100%. Are you kidding me? Obviously, I know about Gundam. If I could pronounce it correctly, it would be nice. And I'm a fan of the series as well. I cannot say I have watched all the episodes, but at least whatever is on Netflix, I've watched it for sure. So when it comes to animes and cartoons, I am a really huge fan. And I think this is a really interesting question. Man, guys, I mean, Jay is always surprising me with these questions. I don't have a clue what he's going to say before he asks it, right? Just so everybody knows that this is live and this is happening on the spot. But now that you've brought up cartoons and animes, I just wanted to say that is a really interesting activation when it comes to metaverse platforms and when it comes to NFTs as well in general, because all these um, IP that was created, okay? This intellectual property that was created with our favorite characters from cartoons, from video games, from, well, I wouldn't say video games right now because we were gonna see why. Um, but anyways, from anime or cartoons, they can easily become into NFTs and they can easily become playable characters in various different video games within the metaverse, and they can become wearables and they can become so many things in the metaverse world and in the NFT world. So you just opened my imagination as to what is possible, Jay, when it comes to
Yeah.
anime within the metaverse. I haven't read any news about Gundam and the metaverse, so if you know anything about that, that would be really interesting. But what I can tell you is um, a amazing franchises like Gundam entering the metaverse one way or another and allowing for users to have avatars that look like them or wear wearables from those brands is gonna be spectacular.
All right, absolutely perfect. Now, Adonis, we just had our Trivia Thursday concluded earlier. That was
Hmm.
such a fun activity, and our community sure are enjoying it. And congratulations to our winner, Shannon Nikki. Anyway,
Hmm.
let's dive into our intro questions, and after that, ask our community their questions. Now, for my first question, what are
Hmm.
Renovi's long term visions and goals for the metaverse, and how do you see the future of virtual reality and the metaverse unfolding in terms of job opportunities, technological advancements, and societal impact? How is Renovi positioned to be a leader in this space?
Sure. So, what is our long term vision? Long term, we want to make Renovi a platform where you're able, with no 3D skills whatsoever, to build activations or experiences for the metaverse. And I'll explain how I envision that. So if you go to a website like Squarespace, which is a website builder, or Wix or Weebly, and you're able, without previous knowledge, to actually build your website really quickly from a template, that's what we want to create, but for the metaverse. We want to make these 3D spaces simple and templated so that everyone can have an activation within the metaverse really simply. And at the same time, that will bring down the barrier to entry when it comes to the price points. Of course, to add into that, how is that interesting? How is that more exciting than building for one of the metaverse platforms that are out there, such as, for example, Decentraland? What we want to do is similar to how you have a toggle where you can select to see between um, how your website looks on mobile and how your website looks on desktop. We want to have it toggled so it will allow you to see how your activation will look on Decentraland and then how your activation will look in Sandbox and Spatial and perhaps Roblox and Fortnite. So from one platform, you will be able to deploy to every single metaverse world that is out there and are able to partner with. So that for me, it's an amazing experience in the sense that you go to one website and then you're able to publish for all the metaverse platforms out there. Okay, so we haven't seen that before. I mean, that hasn't happened before, and I'm really excited when we will be able to offer this to the world. Now, how do I see the metaverse as a whole, as we said, with virtual reality and so on? What I would say is, um, we still need that catalyst in order to make the metaverse one of our major technologies that everybody's going to embrace. There's a lot of friction points currently, like the price of headsets, the difficulty in building 3D, the price points in general of having 3D activations. Maybe some of the technology is not immersive, and so on. Sometimes what I'm thinking is the metaverse should be able to be accessed by any device that is out there. But personally, I would like to enter the metaverse through AR or mixed reality devices, which I still think their price points is quite expensive, especially with news that you hear about. Apple releasing a headset probably at the $3,000 mark. But also, what that means is if huge companies like Apple are contemplating releasing headsets, that means that these um, technology is becoming mainstream, no matter how expensive it might be, right? So they're going to offer the high end solution, and then other brands will start copying their solution and offering cheaper and cheaper alternatives until the price point is driven down and everybody can enter into the virtual reality, mixed reality space. And the way I see that is I see those glasses either being standalone glasses or an extension of your phone, right? Since most of our phones now are um, so powerful, they could easily become an extension of your phone. So you can have a bigger screen. You can use your phone for more than one task since they're able to multitask anyways, but right in front of your eyes. Who knows? Maybe that will improve your posture as well if you're using glasses instead of staring at your phone all the time. So that's where my vision comes of the metaverse. But that's obviously a really limited vision as to around what Renovi is trying to build, how we envision with Renovi part of the metaverse to be. When you say metaverse, obviously it's like when you insinuate the internet, right? And there's so many things about the internet out there. I couldn't even begin to touch upon other aspects of the metaverse.
Well, thank you so much for that very interesting answer. Just like the
Hmm.
personal computers and cell phones of the past, they used to come with an expensive price tag
Hmm.
that only a few could afford, you know. However, as technology has advanced, it has become more accessible. They have become more affordable for everyone. Adonis, can you provide more details on the Renovi Hub's job board feature? How will it facilitate job opportunities for 3D creators? And what types of virtual projects are expected to generate job opportunities?
Absolutely. So, how I see the job sport creation feature. So, what I will say is, um, one of the famous web hosting services out there is GoDaddy, right? Which you're able to purchase a domain if you want to, build your website if you want to, purchase emails, and even get the help of some of the creators in order to help you with creating your website and so on. And that's similar to what we're trying to build, which is if you're able to purchase your website, your digital store, let's say, from us, maybe you need help. Maybe you need help with the features and activations that you want to do. Then, what a better use case of what a better way to help you from Renovi, right? By offering straight from the same platform the job spot feature, which means if you have the skills and you can help somebody else, why not list them and then allow people to use your services to get help for the metaverse or to get help with creating bespoke 3D designs. And at the same time, if you're a brand and you want a bespoke activation, but you don't really know what you want, you don't really know how to enter the metaverse, why not write a short description of what you want and then ask our community, ask all the creators that you have online as to what they can create for you. And then get the best price point that is out there. So what are trying to create is not offer a service where you can um, build your own presence in the metaverse, but also offer the service where other people can help you build that presence in the metaverse. Let's say our experts or specialists, right, can help you, which is our community, of course, can help you build your presence in the metaverse all from one hub.
Thank you for that, Adonis. As the metaverse continues to evolve, how does Renovi anticipate the demand for virtual spaces and designs changing, and how will Renovi Hub adapt to meet these changing needs?
What a great question. I mean, this is the whole thesis of Renovi, if you think about it. What we're saying is that the metaverse is going to keep on developing and it's gonna be on every platform that is out there. With that idea in mind, we're not saying that websites are gonna be phased out tomorrow and you're not gonna have websites. Far from it. You're gonna still have your lovely websites. But what is gonna happen is one with newer technology and with newer ways of entering into the internet, i.e., um, AR or mixed reality goggles or virtual reality goggles, your website, your 2D websites will not be fit for purpose anymore to a certain extent. And that's because your 2D version of scrolling through the internet is simply not ideal when you are in a 3D space, right? In a 3D universe around you. So what that means is instead of creating websites that are 2D, you're creating now spaces that are 3D and you can be immersed into them, right? And that's where instead of going to Nike to buy Nike on their website or even see them 3D visually on your um, desktop or phone, what they're saying is why not see it in shape in front of you in a virtual cool store in the metaverse. That would be amazing. And why not select it in a different way, in a more cool way, right? And then purchase it and have it as an NFT in your MetaMask wallet, for example, and have it as a real shoe that comes to your door when the time comes, and it's delivered to you. So um, our thesis is really this, that we're gonna find new ways of interacting with the internet. These new ways will involve more 3D interaction, okay, and more immersive experiences. And these immersive experiences need new um, new ways of representing the goods and services that we want. And these new ways of representing them is through a 3D interactive space. Um, and that's where Renovi comes in by creating these templated 3D interactive space designs. And then by trying to push the prices of these spaces as low as possible, we believe that we can have recurring customers that will use our platform, recurring creators that will provide templated designs for um, our customers, and then a platform that can work with hopefully all the metaverse worlds that are out there. I talk too much, but I really appreciate this question. This was a really good one, Jay. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for that, Honest. All right, for the next question. What strategies does Renovi have in place to foster collaboration and networking among 3D creators within the metaverse, of course, through Renovi Hub? And how do you envision this contributing to the growth and development of the metaverse ecosystem?
Sure. Um, how to foster collaboration between our creators? Well, there's many ways to foster collaboration, which they are as follows. Number one, you could say that with the creation of our Discord community, our creators can actually talk with one another, compare notes, compare designs, and see what each and one of them is creating. Maybe one of them is specializing in one type of assets, and the other one is specializing in a different type of assets or metaverse platforms. That's one way you could collaborate. Um, Other ways you could collaborate is on actively working together on templated designs that you can give to Renovi. So you can register as a team, you will be able to register as a group, and then upload your designs, and both creators will be able to benefit from that design. So if you're a small group, if you're a small company creating 3D assets, that's one way of doing it. At the same time, other ways of collaborating together, um, damn it, I forgot I had it in my in my mind on how you can collaborate together in other ways as well. Um, so other ways you can collaborate together. Uh, so we talked about Discord. We talked about creating designs together. Um, ah, Educating each other. So at some point, we envision that our platform will be able to have a sort of space where people can upload their own videos on how they created their designs, their 3D designs. That means you will be able to teach and collaborate with other upcoming designers as to how you created your work and what are the difficulties in creating your work and what are some tips and tricks to make your life easier. So that's another way our community can collaborate together and bring um, their designs to the market, to the hub.
Thank you for that, Adonis. Can you explain
No problem at
further?
all.
Yeah, appreciate that, man. Can you explain further on the portfolio display feature of Renovi Hub? How it can help our 3D creators showcase their work? How do you anticipate this feature benefiting creators in terms of finding new clients and opportunities in the metaverse?
Sure. At some point after our MVP, what we want to do is allow for everyone who's a creator on our platform to showcase their work, to be able to showcase the templates that they created, how they might have customized some of the templates to look different. And it's all about inspiring the upcoming businesses and brands as to what they can do with their activations. But at the same time, showcase their skills. And when we say showcase their skills, that's because we want them to be able to be employed directly from our platform as well as creators, right? So if you can showcase what you've done and then a brand or an organization or an individual associates with your style, then they will be able to hire you, employ your services, and use you on their next project. And that means you can be directly monetized from our platform for your skills. And how amazing would that be?
All right, thank you for that. What partnerships or collaborations is Renovi currently pursuing or planning for the future to further enhance its offerings in the context of the future of VR and the metaverse and of job opportunities in
Mhm.
this field?
Sure. Although I won't say about the names of the partnerships yet, because well, let's say we're writing all the PR announcements as we speak, and there are quite plenty of partnerships. What we're doing is we're partnering with various metaverse platforms that are out there, various landowners within metaverse platforms that are out there, um, market maker, market makers, token experts to offer us the best advice on our token and so on. All of that with the view of offering the best kind of product to everyone. It's not gonna be perfect on day one. Rome was not built on day one, right? But it's a long process, and what we want to do is do it together with a lot of other brands um, along the way. And that's why there will be some metaverse partnerships. There will be some um, metaverse landowners partnerships, the market maker partnership, the token experts partnership, and many more. Actually, I think I'm forgetting another one or two. I'm not gonna lie, but they will be revealed along the way, and that will be simply the beginning of our partnership spree that we need to do in order to um, make a stronger proposition about Renovi to the world.
Thank you, Adonis. Our community is very eager for their Renovi tokens. Can you share with us some key details about your plans with our token? When is it available?
Mhm. Absolutely. So first of all, with regards to the token, although I cannot reveal more information, we have been advised by various tokenomics experts on our tokenomics, and rest assured, our tokenomics are gonna be better than ever. So whatever anyone has seen up to now when they were live, I would say, don't worry. We have seeked the best advice possible in order to improve the proposition to both investors and also the people that are going to join us in the public rounds through launchpads and so on. So I will say we're expecting our token to be released early to mid summer, but of course that depends on market conditions and if we're ready as well. But we are really bullish on delivering on that promise if possible. Okay, and it won't be for the lack of trying if something else happens. Um, but for sure, the tokenomics that we're gonna have now are gonna make everybody a lot happier, and then everybody will be able to appreciate what we're bringing to the market when it comes to the tokenomics, and partnered with um, or coupled with an amazing platform like Renovi Hub, we will have an amazing proposition for everyone.
Thank you for that interesting answer, Adonis. Now, this is a very bold question. As AI technology progresses, do you think virtual education in Renovi could eventually replace traditional classrooms?
Uh, Really interesting question, actually. I wouldn't say that virtual education within Renovi, when it comes to 3D assets, will replace any classrooms uh, at all. I don't think that's the way we're looking to utilize AI. The way we might be looking to utilize AI is um, through AI 3D asset creation. Would it be possible if somebody um, does not know how to create a templated design by writing a couple of lines of what they're looking for to be able to create a space that can be um, uploaded within the metaverse? That would be one amazing AI integration that we could be open to looking into. Or other integrations could be simply by writing what you want, you will be able to sort through a list of template designs and metaverse worlds and land, and then find exactly what you want and have everything in your cart without you having to lift the finger. So those are two AI integrations that we're looking into, um, but that's more of a future talk.
All right, thank you, Adonis. So, folks, we've got the party started with some awesome intro questions, but now it's time to turn up the heat with some community Q&A. Whether you raise your virtual hand or type away in our AMA questions channel, let's make this an engaging and exciting experience. Guess what? Adonis is on the prowl for the most epic question of the AMA, so get creative and let your imagination run wild. But let's keep it fair and fun. No spamming or copy pasting allowed. Let's make this an epic and unforgettable session. Alright, so Adonis, we already have some questions in
Let's
our
see, let's see.
AME questions channel.
Exactly. So, from Will, from Connect Media. As AI technology continues to advance, questions around regulation and enforcement of laws become increasingly important. How does Renovi Hub plan to navigate this complex landscape and ensure that the platform remains compliant with any relevant rules and regulations? Really nice question. And the thing is, a lot of the times, Web3 platforms believe that they're above the law or they don't care about the law or something like that. I would say that we're always vigilant of how the landscape is changing, and with the help of our lawyers, we are always in constant communication as to what we're doing is correct, regulatory wise. Now, this is a complex, as you say, and difficult landscape, and it's gonna change a lot of times until we get it right, if we ever get it right. And I mean, from the lawyer's perspective, from the regulatory perspective, and so on. So it's not an easy answer. I cannot say that, oh, it will do this and it's gonna solve our issue. it's a moving target, right? And it's all about being being active within the space, listening, learning, and you know, being correct as to what we deliver, uh, being correct to the best of our capabilities of delivering the best product, while adhering to the current rules and regulations that are at the time of delivering it. Okay, crypto with a Q. With the potential for AI to create incredibly lifelike virtual environments. What do you see as the next step for Renovi in terms of pushing the boundaries of what is possible in the metaverse? Crypto, that's exactly what I've answered 5 minutes ago. Is like, and I didn't even see your question. It's like you're in my mind, man. I think you might be winning today with this question. But what I will say is yes. Um, we want to see how easy it is at some point to utilize AI within certain parameters in order to deliver virtual spaces for metaverse worlds. For example, you will be able to write through and prompt, I want a metaverse store that is pink and on a fluffy cloud that is selling virtual candy with my brand, and this is my brand, right? And then you get your virtual store. That would be an amazing activation. And it would be really interesting to see if there's some sort of an open AI integration where in which we could do something like this. Absolutely. So this is what I envision, man, for sure. Shannon Nikki. With the rapid advancement of AI, do you envision a time when virtual events and businesses or Renovi could be entirely autonomous? I wouldn't say entirely autonomous, but for sure you can automate a lot of the tasks from asking for what you want, to creating what you want. That can be automated, to even adding non-playable characters at some point, depending on um, the metaverse that you want to connect to. You could have a lot of AI doing that. Apart from that, the rest, I think we will still need some human interaction. So, no substitution for at least all the human jobs yet. Rahul or Raul, what inspired you to create Renovi, and what do you believe sets it apart from the digital design tools on the market? Really, really nice question, right? So, what inspired me to create Renovi? Simple. I freaking love the metaverse. I love immersive experiences, and I think to a certain extent, with the new technologies that are coming, they will be the future. As simple as that. Think of Matrix, think of Ready Player One, think of all these sci-fi movies. I'm the biggest follower of them. Okay, I love them to bits. So that's probably I'm living in a metaverse world. Um, what sets apart the digital design tools on our market? I think what you could say is that we're thinking forward, but with something that already works right now. And what that means is we're thinking about a lot of metaverse activations, a lot of stores, a lot of gathering spaces, but we're comparing it to the websites that we have now, or comparing it to the builders that we have now. So what I'm saying is we're taking a model that already works and works really well. Think of how many billions of websites are out there, and we're trying to translate that model into the metaverse model. So you can expect that um, it's a massive market, and it's all about timing, and it's all about the technology catching up in order to prove that what we're building is the next thing, right? So we're a bit ahead of our time. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. What do you see as the biggest challenge facing the digital design industry currently, and how do you think Renovi can help address the challenge, Chanda? Um, Ooh, what a serious question is this? I think one of the I wouldn't say, oof, where do I start with the biggest challenges when it comes to the DDR design industry? Um, I guess how can I rephrase this question is how can we help slightly with what we're building the digital design industry? And I think that would be how can we help digital designers monetize their designs, gain more, right? And one way, of course, is selling your 3D items. But what's another way? And maybe renting them, maybe creating these templated experiences that anyone can rent again and again, just like a subscription model. Maybe that's the way we can help push for monetization of those designs. And I think that's how Renovi will be able to help. Ruth Trellen. Can Renovi help assist creators in building their skills to better qualify for job listings on the platform? Sure. I think at some point when you have the educational content, when you have a stronger community where you can enter and learn about how to create 3D designs, how to get ideas for creating 3D designs, and so on, you will be able to, um, you know, exchange ideas with the rest of the community and learn, and that's improving your skills. You'll be like, what's a trick for this, what's a tip for that, how do you envision this, how do you gain creative whatever for this. This is all what I'm expecting to happen on the platform, so, and how it can help creators for sure. And Mika, are there any plans to offer training or certifications programs for virtual job skills or Renovi Hub? Um, I would say not really. Well, LinkedIn does a really good job when it comes to that. What I would say is more of a we learn together type of project on the education part or the community part. So it's like it's a place where after you go to school, for example, you come over here and you ask the questions to the community to help you out with your homework. That's how we see it. And Jay, um, what is it? Slogan entries. Oh,
Yeah,
I
can
like
you
that.
pick
Let me
the
see.
best three entries?
Okay, reinventing human reality through the metaverse, unlocking the beauty of the digital world. Ooh, that's one. Unlocking the beauty of the digital world. Transform your digital space with Renovi. Hell yes, we will select that one as well. And Renovi, where creativity has no limits. Okay, unlock the potential of your online world with Renovi. Define what's possible with your own. I'm gonna go with five as well. So two, three, and five, amazing. Thank you very much. But all the rest were great, great slogans as well. I wish I could select all of them.
All right, thank you for that, Adonis. Okay, thanks again, everyone, for joining us today. And now it's time to announce the most exciting news yet. Renovi is launching weekly community events across all our social media platforms. You heard that right, folks. Every week, we'll be bringing you new and thrilling challenges, giveaways, and exclusive sneak peeks. But wait, there's more. Only our internal AMA attendees will be the first to know about the winners, so make sure you don't miss out the next AMA. So let's head on to our engagement contest. The winners are: first place goes to Rahul, second place Lucky, third place Crypto with a Q. Congratulations, guys. And for our invites contest, the winners are: first place goes to Technigrip, second place goes to Emir, and third place goes to Rahul. Congratulations, guys. And for our weekly Gleam giveaway, none other than Sandor Erazo. Alright, so, ladies and gentlemen, hold on to your seats because we're not quite done yet. We're about to witness the grand finale of this epic Renovi show. Before we bring down the curtain, let's hear some final words from none other than the man himself, the co-founder, Adonis.
Oh yeah, that's me. I thought you had a special guest at the show, man. No, just kidding. What I would say is, um, man, going to NFT NYC and looking all the people that were there interested in the NFT space and in the Web3 space in general and the metaverse, I am more motivated than ever that this is coming, right? Or this is upon us, right? Amazing news from Fortnite with their 3D, opening up the 3D creation tool for everyone to create for Fortnite. Speculation about the Apple headset coming into play. I'm thinking that there's gonna be a turning point at some point, and it's gonna be really soon, where everybody's gonna realize that these 3D spaces will be the hit, a hit, okay? And then these 3D spaces will be the spaces where your avatars will be able to socialize and play around and so on. So, and these 3D spaces will, to some extent, be a version of your internet presence, just like you have a website, just like you have an Instagram page as a brand, you will have a 3D space as well. So I would say just bear with us, bear with the market. It's coming and it's there.
All right, thank you for that, Adonis. Now I almost forgot. What was your favorite AMA question?
What was my favorite AMA question? I almost forgot as well, man. Let's see. So I will say I'm gonna go with Raul. I'm gonna go with Raul.
All right, congratulations, man. Okay, you guys, again, thank you all so much for participating in our Renovi show. So, see you all again next week. This is the Renovi show. Good night, guys.
Good night, everyone.